I often wondered what it's like to grow up in one place, to recognize all the streets and buildings across town, and to see your friends mature from a drooling child who can barely write their ABCs to a college student writing 13-page essays. My story growing up was one heck of a ride. I've never stayed anywhere for more than 3 years. We usually moved in a little over a year, and we've lived in Japan, China, Canada, and now we're in the United States. The constant back and forth between different countries with different languages resulted in a super chaotic state in our household. So, I communicate with my mother mainly in Chinese with a bit of Japanese, and I talk to my sister in Japanese most of the time. But my mom speaks Chinese with my sister, and my sister responds back in English. We often joke that no one else could understand our conversations, because every time the three of us talk, you would hear 3 languages that are going on interchangeably. Moving across the world wasn't much of a problem when I was small, but problem slowly rose up as I grew older. I stopped watching the Olympics because I didn't know which country to root for, and I felt really uneasy when my friends teased me that I had a foreign tinge when I spoke Japanese, when it's supposed to be my primary language. And I hated when people asked me where I'm from, because it's always a needlessly long, complicated story ending in, I don't really know either. It seemed like every region was one jigsaw puzzle game, but my piece didn't quite fit in with any of the other puzzles. When I started teaching English to a student in Japan 3 years ago, I finally started to recognize the positive side of my circumstance. In addition to the English lessons, I also informed her about the cultural differences and current events happening in America. I also started to volunteer translation work for a Japanese organization named Child Doctor that gives medical assistance to children in Kenya. This experience really made me rethink a lot of things that I took for granted. I mean, me and my friends were complaining about how boring online classes were, but some of the kids there really had no way of getting schooling at all with the lockdown. This was a big reason why I decided to major in global health in college, because I wanted education and health to be accessible worldwide. All of these things made me realize that it's okay that I didn't lead a standard life of growing up in one place with the same set of friends and neighbors. I can be the bridge between various kinds of cultures. Maybe instead of belonging nowhere, I can be parts of everywhere.